Hey folks, welcome back to Failure at Retirement. So I don't know, it's been, by the time this video comes out, it'll be a couple weeks since the video about my project making the Grandsons toolboxes. So that video turned out pretty good for me, by the way. Just thank you all, quite a few views and lots of comments on that one. I appreciate all of those comments. So a thing happened. First of all, Jesse from Jesse's Garage checked this tool. Jesse's just a great guy. I think that everyone probably just automatically likes Jesse. Check out his channel if you get a chance. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. He reached out to me, sent me an email that he would like to help with my project and for me to make him a list and he'd see what he could do. I haven't made Jesse the list. By the time you see this video, I will have, but it's only been a few days and I haven't made a list yet, partially because of my good friend Ted. So Ted's a local guy that I've known for a number of years. Can't tell you how long exactly. We do a fair amount of stuff together on the weekends and stuff. Ted still works. So he got a hold of me and he said, "Hey, I want you to come by my shop. I've got some stuff I want you to have." And I knew he had sent me a picture a while back of an old John Deere tractor and a Lionel piece that he sent me a picture of a box with my name on it and these two pieces in it and asked me if I wanted a couple other things. So I hadn't been there to pick up the box. So he said, "I want to help you with your project and come by the shop. I've got a bunch of sockets I want you to dig through. They're just all spares to me." These were family sockets, like his dad's, his grandpa's, some of them. And I think he said some came from an uncle. I can't believe his generosity. I'm honored that he wanted me to have them. I'm honored that he wanted my grandsons to have some of them. So I went up there and got my box with the tractor and the Lionel and then looked through his toolboxes. And I told him right away, "You have really, really great stuff in here. Like I can't take this stuff. It's too good." And he said, "Nope." He said, "It's all just spare sockets to me. Take whatever you want." And I told him, like, I'm trying to find Flying V and newer stuff for my grandsons. But he had some pre-war stuff, pre-war Craftsman, 30s, 40s. And I said, "I collect that stuff myself. And I guess my grandsons, I'm sure, will ultimately get it, or my boys. But, this is not for the grandsons." He's like, "I don't care." So I'm very touched. I'm very honored by his generosity. And I'm going to show you a video next, a clip from how they were when I got them. And then I just finished cleaning them up. So after that, we'll get into what they look like now. So hang tight. The difference from the beginning to the end is pretty incredible. That was good stuff to start with. Now it's really nice stuff. So hang on and watch this through for a while. I'll be right back with you. Hang on. Okay, so Ted had me dig through 3 different toolboxes looking for things, anything that I wanted, basically. I did argue with him that I couldn't take this stuff. I guess I'm not that great of a negotiator because look what I ended up with. So right out of the gate, Ted handed me this speeder. Yeah, you should be able to see that. It's a Plumb 3/8. Pretty happy about that. And then in one of the toolbox drawers, found this Plumb tappet wrench, and I believe it's just the baby brother I don't recall the size that I got here a few weeks ago, but that's definitely the baby brother to it. And then I pulled out all these sockets. And just to give you an idea, so Craftsman, I believe that says 15/16. And I don't see the BE. I think it's BE. So a lot of this stuff is BE. But just as an example, oh, there's a flying V. Let me see. Okay, so here's a good example. Craftsman, BE. So what we're going to do, before I finish up here, over here, this little group here on the side, that's all SK. I got a thing I'm going to do with that. I'll get back to you on that. So anyway, this is what my gracious friend Ted had for me. Flying V deep. So let me go clean these up, and I'll organize them, and we'll get back to you and go over what we have in more detail. Hang tight. Okay, so here are the sockets I got from Ted. And we've got kind of an assortment here. Up in the front here, let me get my hand in the picture. From here over here, this is all Flying V Craftsman. And just to give you an idea, I've cleaned them, I've polished them. There's your Flying V. This is 1 inch. So we've got a few holes here, but not a lot. So I think that's 7/8 right there we're missing. And we're missing a 1/2 inch. I think it is over here. Look at this. This is what they call a bullet socket. There we go, focus in. So that tapered top called a bullet socket. These have been a hard find. I have a couple. Ironically, one of the ones I have, 7/16, but kind of a hard find. And then I didn't have a 3/4 square. And I don't know, I don't know if I'm overthinking this deal, giving these young boys 8-point sockets for square nuts. And then the 25/32 and the 19/32. Those, quite honestly, are some obsolete sockets that, yes, I've used square drive. I don't think I've ever used those 30-second sockets that I can recall. So I don't know, but I think they're going to get them anyway, as long as I can find them all. So here's another one. This is the 1/2 inch 8-point. But what's a little more exciting to failure, the rest of this stuff is all Craftsman BE from the 30s. And just to take it a step further, let me see if I can find it. So here's a good example. So square drive, Craftsman BE. So it's not an underline C. Okay, so this predates the underline C. This is the 3/4, and it says 3-4. So that predates the standard sizing that we're used to. And this is it's a mixed set. So some of them have that. So here's a 15/16. Let me see if I can get lucky and find one. Okay. So this one, I think you can see, I think it's focused. That's 1 1/8. And see, again, that's not the underline C. So it was the dash ones, here's a 3/4, 3-4. This could have been a mixed set. I suspect that maybe this was like a transitional set. Might have had both in it to start with. Leave a comment and let me know what you think about that, because this set is literally like half the older dash numbers and half newer. Let's see, no, that's a dash. They're mostly the dash ones, honestly. There's another dash. That's not going to focus in, I guess. 5/8. So just for comparison, because this was in the group as well, see, it's not chrome, I think it's CAD plated. This is underline C. So, and then this is also BE. So I believe that all this other BE, the chrome stuff, because I believe this was originally probably CAD plated. The chrome stuff without the underline C predates that underline C, actually. So those have got to be like early 30s, like 33 to 36, maybe, best guess off the top of my head. Whereas this underline C would be like 36 and could be all the way up into the early to mid 40s potentially. So that's pretty cool. Those are some really early sockets. These dashed numbered ones, literally some of the first sockets that Sears marketed under the Craftsman name. And then back here in the back, we've got underline C, Deepwell, also BE. So, and then just so you know, these are the same size. These are the same size. So if they're lined up like that, there's double sizes. And then some of these, these Deepwells, I didn't polish them. Look at how thin that chrome is. Assuming that was chrome to start with and not CAD. Could have been possibly either way, but the copper's starting to show through. So that is really, really thin. So I just got it cleaned up as best as I could and then just left it like that. It's going to have to stay like that. This is just a flying, not just, but this is a flying V Deepwell that I'll put in the grandson's box along with these other flying V's. And then in the front, so in the front here, look at that. Like, how pretty is that? Again, early 3-4 for 3/4. Again, it's a BE. That just, I mean, it's like new, guys. Just, I did polish them, but they just came out so nice. Here's an 8-point. Look at that. Very early 30s. And then these two little guys here, also BE quarter drive. And again, I'm sure that's why the darker color. It shines pretty decent, but I'm sure that's probably CAD plating. So it's never, I don't think, ever going to shine like the other. So anyway, this is what I got from my good friend Ted. And then I'm just going to throw in a sneak peek here. On the way home, going down the highway, there's a guy on the shoulder of the highway having himself a little yard sale, actually a pretty good one. And so this is one of the things, and you'll see this in a different video. But look here. Look what Failure's got here. Was it going to focus in? Craftsman BE. How funny is that? I'm on the way home from getting all these BE sockets, and the 1/2-inch BE spinner shows up, happens to be there. Alrighty. So again, thanks again to my good friend Ted. I really appreciate you, buddy. I've got something kind of in mind for you. I'll make it happen when I get a chance, sooner rather than later. Oh, the donkey is announcing the cows are here. The donkey must see Mrs. Failure. Anyway, so I appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate Ted for chipping in on the boys project and then all this other beautiful stuff as well. I'll make a video with the tractor and the Lionel first chance I get. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time on Failure at Retirement. Have a good day.